He is going to find her, much like I tell our kids. When he's like, what if I was lost? No, I would fucking find you, believe me. There is nobody on this earth who could keep me from you. And they're like, oh, damn.
I did like the part where it noted that she had started following their tracks instead of looking for the path. And he was like, good girl.
He would make a woodsman out of her yet.
I don't know. It was good feelings.
A woodsman?
That's what it said.
Just please allow me to be immature for a whole hot second. You're going to make a what out of her, Richard?
Actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, I have in my notes that I've written down woodswoman.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So I just spoke wrong there. It must have said in the audible. It must have said woodswoman.
Either way, she's going to be working that wood.
Oh, yeah. She's going to know her way around wood
Attaboy.
Hard. Something else that happened as Richard is running back towards Kahlan that I really liked, they make a note that he kicks a gripper.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was kind of interesting because we had a very cautionary tale of someone whose foot got too close to a gripper. And Richard decides to punt one.
A little ironic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it speaks to what you just said about the hero factor. You know what, there's danger here. I care, but I just don't give a shit.
Right.
I laugh in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha.
Nobody makes Richard bleed his own blood.
Both of you are just brilliant and spot on with both of those. And I just wanted to take a second to appreciate that. Those were good references.
Well, I have no good intelligence or smarts of my own, so I have to rely on stuff I've consumed over the years to get me through life.
Suck them off of all the other people that you've seen.
I'm a quip vampire, and they have rights.
So after he kicks this gripper, he comes to a point in the path that kind of has, I want to say, almost an intersection. There's another path crossing it, and he looks off to the side, and it says he just glances at it real fast, but he notices a pretty fucking important detail as he glances, and it makes him freeze in his tracks. That detail is there's another fucking footprint on top of Kahlan's footprint. But if Kahlan's footprint is on the crossing path, then why is he chasing her on the path that he is on when he clearly needed to turn and then did not?
I thought it was the other footprint was on the crossing path.
It was on top of Kahlan's footprint. So she's being followed?
Oh, I read that as she was being followed. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Now I know what you're saying. I know what you're getting at now. That doesn't make any sense.
Now, I believe he follows her footprint, so he does turn. But where was he going? Because there's obviously another set of tracks that was going in another direction.
Maybe those footprints came out of the boundary because either last episode or before, we know that Darken Rawl is aware that Kahlan ran into some mischief in the boundary. Maybe Darken has a way of protecting people while they're in the boundary. So this wasn't a crossroads. This was just footprints coming out of the boundary. I don't know. Speculation. Theory. Come at me.
That could come
Al.
at me.
Come on, Al. You know what's going on, Al.
Honestly, I don't even remember hearing about the other path, but it does make so much sense that, I don't have any explanation for where these footprints just appeared in the middle of this path.
Because they can't have come from the same way, because otherwise they would be 3 sets of footprints. There'd be Richard, Kahlan, and the Quadsman.
And he would have passed her.
Yeah,
Right.
That's who they assume it is. It's the last member of the quad.
He thinks it's the last member of the quad. So if he came the same way if he was following Richard and Kahlan the first time, at this point, that track would be a muddled mess. It seems like there's no way you'd be able to differentiate tracks in there. So
He's a woods guide?
The boundary is not woods. He's out of his element.
There are trees in the boundary.
All right. All right. I guess technically we can consider the boundary a woods. I will concede this point to you.
Okay.
Well, then this tracks, because then for the second time in the story, Richard will be chasing a man who is chasing a woman in his fucking woods. He's enraged. She's being followed again. So not only is he not with her to protect her, she's off on her own and probably unaware that she's literally being hunted. Even though I personally believe Kahlan would be pretty on fucking edge if she is also in the Narrows with you.
And so for a second time, he takes the fuck off. Like, he starts running full
Just runs
tilt.
again.
Just like the last time he saw them chasing her, so he's getting all sweaty again.
Yeah, I mean, they make a note. The anger and the magic takes over, and he's gone. If he was jogging before, he's sprinting now. And if he was sprinting before, he is, I don't know, he hit Mach 2, or he hit the NOS and he took off.
It kind of, does he come to a clearing? Where does he see Kahlan?
I think they're outside. I think they get back to the other side.
She has a rock wall to her back, and the man is in front of her. They make it seem like there's a lot more room. I'm thinking maybe, because they explain that they have to go over a lot of, like, hills and things, like, not rock slides, but they have to climb over a lot of rocky terrain.
Like scree and stuff?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if she just is backed up against one of these weird-shaped rock hills.
But they're at the beginning of the Narrows again.
Yeah, she
in
made
the boundary, but on the other side. So they've gone through the split rock again to get now where they are.
Right. I don't think they're super close to Addie's, though, because I don't know why you wouldn't be like, hey.
No, I think I think the Narrows is a part of the pass. It's not the whole thing. So they get a little ways in before they come to the Narrows. Remember, it took them a day and half of the night to get to the Narrows. So even just getting out of the Narrows, wouldn't that take him maybe a few hours?
Yeah, no, it should take him long. But he's jogging, Nate. So
They were walking very slow. No, they were. They were walking very slowly on the way there.
They
and
were,
he's
like,
now,
creeping.
I mean, think from a walk to a run. That's at least double, if not triple, your time.
Oh, yeah.
If you go from a slow walk to a jog.
Well, and he's got some pretty good motivation too.
and he's fit.
Yeah.
Way fitter than any of us.
I don't know exactly, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that Richard can run faster than me.
Probably for a longer period of time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know, part of the reason that I'm not super fit is I drink a lot of beer.
Oh, this damn beer.
Yeah. So I think that because I've drank so much beer tonight, I need another one. And it's time for a beer break.
What's beer?
It's beer.
Oh, I'm going to introduce you to a whole new world, buddy.
Well, which would we like to do? We've actually had 2 different beers already.
Por qué no los dos?
Do them both.
Don't you talk to me in that tone. I don't know what you said.
All the Spanish listeners out there will know that I said, why not both in Spanish?
Oh, well.
It was like a Taco Bell commercial or something.
I don't
Yo
remember
quiero-
seeing that one.
Cervezas.
Easy. Good job, baby. So I will start with this one because Aaron actually brought this one over. That is a hell of a podcast guest, JD.
Hey, you bring beer? You're welcome here.
Definitely. So Aaron brought over Cotton Candy Haze from Big Lake Brewing Company.
It's a beer, not a weed.
It is a beer, not a weed. It's a juicy New England IPA. And all it says on the can is dive in. There's no information, nothing, nada whatsoever. But cotton candy is pretty much all you need to know because it tastes just fucking like cotton candy. I like peanut butter beer. My favorite beer is a peanut butter and jelly beer. So I like the flavored types of beer, I guess you could say. And this falls right in fucking line with that. I would love to drink this at the circus.
Yeah, no, I think you can taste that it's an IPA, but it's one of the better IPAs that I've had. Because most IPAs, I'm like, I don't like you. But I can drink that.
I think it's like the cotton candy is so sweet that it takes away the bitterness of what's typical of an IPA.
Yeah.
So that puts it right into your wheelhouse because you like lighter beers too.
Yeah, lighter but not hoppy.
Right.
It's a good combo.
What's the other beer that we had?
The other beer we have is Black Cherry Porter by Shorts Brewing Company. It screws me up every time because they only ever put Shorts Brew on the label.
Mm.
And so I say from Shorts Brew, but not what they are.
No, that's not what they're called.
This beer, Aaron and I were drinking it a little bit earlier. And, well, what do you know? We're still drinking it now. But we checked it in on Untappd, and we both were kind of decided that it needs more cherry flavor. It is a good beer. It's not bad by any means. I think we both kind of said, if it were offered, we'd drink it, and it'd be fine. It doesn't taste bad, but we probably won't go out and buy it.
Yeah, it's not great. I will say, as with most things, the longer you drink it, the better it gets.
I'm on my second, and I think it's fine.
Right. I like it now. I like it now as my second beer.
And it is. I mean, beating a dead horse. We like it. We just wish, if it's called a black cherry porter, I want more black cherry than what was offered.
There was an opportunity missed here, I think.
Yeah. Shorts, we're sorry, but this is only like a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So it's still good. It's better than average, but if you want us to come into the brewery and maybe you can convince us otherwise with free drinks, we're more than willing to do that. But until then, the rating is like 3.5. I just can't do any better. I'm sorry.
Hey, sponsors get better rating. We'll be back right after this.
And we're back. And Kahlan is standing with her back to a rock, and there's a man in front of her, and his sword is, well, pointed at her. Threatening. He's not swinging it. He's threatening to. And this is what Richard sees when he emerges back out of the Narrows. There's a fucking guy who is chasing them the whole time.
Yeah, so Richard sees what appears to be the start of an attack or an interrogation on Kahlan by this last quadman, and clearly something needs to be done.
He's not going to have it.
No, and he doesn't hesitate for even a fucking second. He goes 11 out of 10.
Full bore.
Swords drawn. He's jumping and screaming before the sword even really starts the arc. I thought that was kind of an interesting point. He jumped at this guy before the sword was even up. He was just going to lunge at him and just so happened to be able to swing his sword.
Yeah, this is where a point's made that the magic and rage took over like it never had before. Like, this was unknown territory, and Richard is a man with a plan, even though that plan is simply attack.
Death brought to life. He's a bringer of death.
And the strike that Richard puts on this guy is pretty fucking amazing. This is one of the things that really set me in stone to finish the rest of the series.
So Richard lunges from where he's at and he screams because the guy turns around. You know, it's not a sneak attack on this guy.
Nope.
Probably not by plan. A sneak attack would have been a good idea.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, magic and rage took over, and Richard screams and lunges. So this guy has turned around and is now facing an oncoming attacker in Richard. And he's got, boom, defensive stance. And Richard is just a flurry of anger. And like you were about to say, this is kind of what hooked me too. This is like, oh, here we go. We got a descriptive battle. Well, air quotes to battle. We've got a descriptive scene here, and it's descriptive.
Oh, very descriptive.
A little bit.
And what's more is the first time in this book, Richard attacks an actual no shit human, real as life bad guy with the sword, with the magic, knowing everything we know. So for the first time in the series, he commits a fucking murder, but he kills a guy.
Wait, I just want to say, not the first murder.
Not the first murder. You're absolutely right.
They say that a couple times in this chapter that he, he killed a man. No, he shoved a man off a cliff. He killed a dude.
The reason there's only one guy now is because Richard murdered at least a couple of dudes before.
Yeah. So I just want to make that super clear before we go deeper into this chapter. He is a multiple murderer already.
Serial killer. We're at serial killer.
Yeah.
No, it's first murder or first kill with the sword.
Yes.
It's the first kill
Yeah.
with the sword, but